Hi, I'm Dawn. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, you are so welcome. As I am unplugging and not thinking about the crazy balloon over our country right now and all those headlines that are out there and are real and are important to us, but at the same time do not have to rule our every minute, I thought one really good way that I could unplug for the day and bring you along with me is to take care of organizing what you see behind me. We recently moved around in our cabin, and we've moved the desks up to the loft area. And so that's what all of this is. It's me getting ready to organize all of this. And I thought maybe some tips and tricks that I'm going to use might be helpful to you as well. So that's what today's video is about. I'm going to show you ways that you can organize even a small space. I don't know if you can see this too well, but it's got a tilted ceiling here. It has plenty of room for me, which I'll show you at the end when I show you the end result. But it's not a large space. It's not a large area for a desk, but I can get a lot of things in there and I can get a lot of things organized, obviously much better than I have here. So I'm going to be talking about that, about what to use, how you can do that without spending a ton of money on really expensive organizers and things like that. You don't have to do that. And you can organize yourself whether you do have a giant space or you have a very small space to work in. Maybe you even have a tiny home space. That was something my husband and I were actually really looking seriously into doing before we decided to come back to our cabin here in Colorado. So that's what we're going to talk about today. So let's get started. The girls all came to say hello, and as I am checking on their eggs and they're saying hello, I wanted to ask you to please hit the subscribe button, if you would, down below there, and subscribe to the channel so you can be notified when we do more videos and the content that we have coming out. You'll know it, and you'll be able to enjoy it with us as well. So hit that subscribe button, ring the bell for notifications, and we'll see you in a moment. So just being really vulnerable here and showing you my things that I'm going to need to organize and that I'm putting up here at the new desk. Some of the things anyway, there's papers back there that I need to go through. So that's like mail. And then I've got my clips. I've got a lot of pens and color papers and things like that. I keep a lot of reading glasses around because I tend to put them down because I don't have to use them all the time. So I keep them around. I've got to organize those too. I have a headset for my computer that I need to put somewhere. Obviously, it's got a cord on there. So I've got to do something with that. This year, I am determined to remember people's birthdays and things, and that's what this book is. So I definitely want to keep that handy because I'm going to be looking in that, and I don't want to forget about that. I've, of course, got things like envelopes back there, important folders that I'm going to need to look at. This here is for scrapbooking, and so I don't even think I need this on my desk. So I need to look through those things too and see what I actually do want to keep. I have different books that I'm just always reading a book, but I can't read them all at once, so I need to go through those too and see what I might need, what I might not need. I keep this around for opening packages and things, so I need to have somewhere for that. And I have a flashlight just in case I need to look at something. I have a lot of receipts because I do put our receipts in and track our budgeting. So I need to find a place for all of that. So this is the kind of thing that I'm going to be organizing. And I've got quite a few organizers that I'm going to show you here in just a moment that I think will really work well. And as always, I want to bring us scriptures to remind us, no matter what the headlines might say, no matter what we might wake up to tomorrow, God is here. He's not leaving us. He is our amazing Heavenly Father. If we call out to Him, He will be there for us. So the first one is in the Old Testament, in Psalm 92, verses 12 to 15. It says, "The righteous will flourish like a palm tree. They will grow like a cedar in Lebanon, planted in the house of Adonai the Lord. Even in old age they will be vigorous. full of sap, still bearing fruit, proclaiming that Adonai is upright, my rock in whom there is no wrong. And then when we go over to the New Testament, in 1 John chapter 3, verse 1, see what great love the Father has lavished on us, that we should be called children of God, and that is what we are. And if you're looking for peace today, I always put scriptures or links down below to talk about how you can find peace with God, a relationship with Jesus Christ, if that's of interest to you. So please do check those out. So these are the organizers that I've gotten. Now, of course, you can use all different kinds, and there's all different styles as well. But you can find a lot of these at Dollar Tree or at the local charity shops and Goodwills and places like that. That's what I did. So if you go into an office store like Office Max or something, or even go into a department store like Target or Walmart, these could end up adding up quite a bit, especially nowadays because the prices are going up. But I went to Goodwill, and that's where I got all of these kind of mesh ones. And they were next to nothing. They're like 50 cents a piece, $1 a piece. So you might do that first once you figure out what you need to organize and what will be best. So I'm going to use this here. And I got this at Goodwill. And then I've got this. I'm going to use that. And this here. And then I've got a couple of these. So I'm going to use those. And then this longer one, I'm going to be using that. And then you can get these at Walmart and places too. They have different sizes. You can see those there. I think IKEA has them as well. And then, of course, the black one's smaller. They also has them in different sizes and different designs and things. I got those at Goodwill too. So you don't have to spend much money. And again, you can look at Dollar Tree. They have lots of them. Now, because we live up in the mountains and the cabins and all that, I found this little organizer also at Goodwill, and so I'm going to put that on my wall, and I'm going to use that for my receipts. I think that'll be really fun. So I'm going to get this organized, and then I will bring you back, and I'll also show you down here I have to do some wire management as well, as you can see. So we'll get that all straightened up and clean and ready to go. There's a trash can I'm going to be using, and then I'm going to use these, and I'm going to get this area up here functional and working well so that it is not stressful, it's easy to use, and I can find everything and it won't be a problem. One piece as I'm going along. Now I'm going to use this here that, again, I got at Goodwill. I'm going to use that to put my pens and pencils in. This is how many I have accumulated as we've been traveling around and doing things. And I don't need this many pens. I have like 5 purple ones in there, and I have blue ones and all of that. So that would be one tip that I would suggest to you. It just seems like everybody has free pens, and you end up with all these pens in your purse or in your bag, and you don't even know where they've come from. And then you end up using 2 or 3 that you really, really like. So that would be one way to help declutter and to organize, is to figure out what it is you actually need and what you use, and then either donate the rest. If that's just really hard for you, you don't want to get rid of anything, put them in a bag for 6 months. And then if you don't use them for 6 months, then get rid of them. But that's what I'm going to do next, is go through and really pare down my pens and pencils. All right, I have got my items organized. I want to do a quick screenshot for you of it, and then I will talk more about it. So this here, you'll see I used the long one. And what I have there is what I need, because I am left-handed. So that's one thing I would suggest to you. Think about where you will need different things. And so these are my folders that I'll be using. That's off the drink holder, my computer. And then over here is where I have my pens and things. Much, much less than what it was before. And now it's just what is needed. So because I'll be using my left hand to grab those, that's where I have that. And then this is that cute, what I believe is cute little holder. So I've got the receipts in there that I need to go through. And then I have a folder current month receipts so that once I have put them into my budget, I know that, but then I keep them throughout the month just in case I need them. And then there is my headset. I made sure I put it on a hook. It's really, really easy. I just screwed it into the wall, and I made sure that from where I am sitting, it easily can be put on and without any problem at all. So there are our two boys, Chives and Zeke, hugging each other. So that is it. I do have this. I already had this on there. So I've got my computer keyboard that my son got me. It's like a gaming one. I like the way that it clicks. So that's why he got it for me. And then there's my mouse pad, or my mouse. Down here, this one here, I hadn't even really talked about it. And I don't have anything in it right now. But what I intend to use that for is for long-term folders or files that I get that I need to keep, but I don't need it to be cluttering up my space. I don't need it up here. I don't need to have anything to work on all the time. And then that's our shredder that we use. And I changed out the garbage can. My husband's using the other one because I like the look of this one better. And then I've straightened up the wires a little bit, and it probably doesn't even look like it at all because of the black one and the white one there. But I do have them straightened up a little bit. We'll work on them more. And then I use that black felt box. And these are folders that I have most of the time. They're like our medical papers and things. So when I go through the mail, that's where I see those. So then the only other piece that I wanted to show you is what I put here. When you are thinking about what you're going to organize on your desk, I would really suggest thinking about what you use on a regular basis. So this is the mail that I need to go through. And then this I've shown in another video. This is my planner that I use for gardening. And there's a seed catalog because it's almost that time. There is that book I told you about that has the birthdays and things in it. My address book. This is a project I'm working on for my son who gave me that. I have pen pals and we really like to handwrite. So I have some paper that I use for that. Also got that from Goodwill. So that is something simple to do. So that's what it looks like. And it's so much better organized. Oh, and over here, this little piece, what I'm going to use that for, this is my password book and my checkbooks. And I'm just going to use that kind of thing there. And then I almost forgot too, I've put my glasses in one of these long things. And at the other end, I put the letter opener and the staple remover. And then this I keep back here because I have just typed for so many years that my wrist gets to hurting sometimes. I don't have carpal tunnel and I don't want to get carpal tunnel, so I do that. And then in here, I put those, and that'll be perfect for putting up things like our picture of our boys. And then in this one, what I did was I put these pins here. They're not the same as these. I went through, and this is a set of pins. I just love these. They're just wonderful. I can put the link down below, but they have different sizes on them, different, like 0.5, 0.8, whatever. So that's why there's a few of those. And then there's a marker and just things that I would use. One pencil, I don't need 10 of those. So be thinking about that. And then like here, I've got sticky notes because I do use those, and little tabs. So think about what you would actually use. And that's what you want to actually put on your desk. You don't need everything on your desk. So back here, it's colored pencils because I have been trying to do some more coloring and things in some books. So that's what that is for. And I'm going to go through those a little bit more. But then this is just the clips that I can keep very nice and neat in there. So much better organized. And now I will be able to have a functioning desk. Now this light here, it has some holes and things in it you could use too. But I just inherited that when we switched things around. It was here and I kept it. So I don't know what I'll do with that yet. So that's what that looks like. And then for the books, I'll show you one last thing where I put those. Let me see if I can get a long picture for just a minute. My husband made this. I'm so proud of him. He's doing woodworking and it's just so great. So he made this for me, and it's a bookshelf up here. You'll notice that if you've seen my other videos that my mother gave that to me. So I'm keeping that in the middle. But these are more books about the Lord and things like that. And then this over here is more the cooking in the garden and that kind of books. So that's where I put the ones that I'm not currently reading or not currently using, because there's no reason to keep 3 or 4 books sitting there when I'm not going to use them. This is the perfect spot for that. And that is it. I hope you have enjoyed organizing with me today. I know that this is just going to work so much better. And I would encourage you, if you have a desk or another space that when you walk by, you just kind of feel something, there's no peace there. Go ahead and organize it, get it together. You would be surprised what you can do. Take it all out, look and see what you really use it for. Make a plan. It doesn't have to be a day-long plan. Just make a plan of what might work for you, and go to those thrift shops and go to those places and see what you might get. Dollar Tree or Dollar General, whatever you have around your area. You don't have to spend a lot of money, and it makes such a big difference when you can have a clean space that is just full of what you need it to be full of, and not cram full of things that you don't even know where they are. You don't know where your things are that you do need, and it causes stress. We certainly have enough stress nowadays. We don't need any more. Thank you so much for coming along on this journey and unplugging with me. If you've liked this video, please hit the like button, and don't forget to subscribe so you can be notified when we do more videos. We do videos about self-sustainability, gardening, even in small spaces, money-saving tips, organization, all that kind of thing, as we unplug together and just relax from the day for a few moments. So thanks so much for stopping by. Bye-bye.